We begin with the stunning new images just coming in from on board the cargo ship that brought down Baltimore's Francis Scott Key Bridge.
Join us on Trendy Talks as we delve into the recent Baltimore Key Bridge collapse, shedding light on infrastructure challenges as the rescue operation unfolds. After 5+, maybe 6 hours in the water, may be very challenging indeed. This morning, a stunning bridge collapse at the port of Baltimore. The entire bridge is in the harbor. The bridge plunging into the water overnight after it was hit by a cargo ship. The ship hit the Key Bridge, sinking. The bridge is gone. Holy hell. Video shows smoke coming from the ship before it hit the bridge. The bridge is normally a major artery, though the collapse happened in the early morning hours, 1:30 a.m. Video shows cars crossing moments before the ship hits. The traffic then paused, but vehicles were still on the bridge as it crumbled into the water. Fire department and Coast Guard scenes rushed to the scene. Rescuers searching the water overnight, still very much in an active search and rescue posture. Our sonar has detected the presence of vehicles submerged in the water. The ship has a 950 container vessel. The Marine Corporation saying it collided with a bridge pillar and all of its crew members, including the 2 pilots, have been accounted for. The ship reportedly lost power while in the water. This morning with the sun rising, rescue teams continue looking for any survivors in the area as the Baltimore area reels from a major collapse. Let's talk, Tom, if we could, about this cargo ship. Earlier, you and I were on the air. We couldn't make out if the ship was still afloat. We now see that it is. The crew remains on the ship, including presumably the pilot of this vessel. What is the investigation going to look like now? As I understand it, by law, you have to. If you are traveling these very complex waters in and around the Baltimore area and Chesapeake Bay, you have to have a local marine pilot on because it is so complex. We can roll the video, Tom. In the moments before it hits this structure, this key part of the pylon of the bridge's structure, the ship looks dark. It looks like it's lost power. Yes, and there was one report that it had, in fact, lost power. The fire department chiefs say they will not put people on board that ship until they do a full damage assessment to determine how safe it is. And then they have got to evacuate the crew and determine how seaworthy the ship is. However, at the moment, it seems to be fine. The NTSB will be running the investigation into how this happened. But I must say the locals here are stunned that this ship would, first of all, crash into one of these pylons. Again, we don't know if they had control of the ship. And secondly, stunned that the bridge would be so vulnerable to collapse with the ship hanging a pylon. I would make the point we are right up against, very close to I-95, that critical north/south corridor on the East Coast. I-95 is open. 695, however, is closed. So if you are planning to come up and down the East Coast, be aware that the area around Baltimore is going to be really trying and problematic just in terms of traffic. And the port of Baltimore itself, one of the busiest in the country, will be reeling from this and trying to determine how safe it is to move traffic in and out. It is raising new questions about America's aging roads and bridges. Happening in an instant, a massive bridge built nearly 50 years ago was gone in seconds. What happened in Baltimore was shocking, but it was a freak accident. And according to Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, not a sign of a bigger problem. How concerned should Americans be about the bridges that they are traversing every single day in this country? This is a unique circumstance. I do not know of a bridge that has been constructed to withstand a direct impact from a vessel of this size. The bridge really did not stand a chance because of the size of the load. It was fully up to code. In 2021, a federal high inspection found the bridge was in fair condition. Still, experts say it was built at a time when shipping vessels were much smaller and engineering could not imagine an accident like the one that happened this week. In 2021, the CEO of Synergy Marine Group told Bloomberg, "Traffic on the seas is different from what it was 10 years ago. We need to look at how the port infrastructure needs to change, how ships transit. Some bridges already have barriers to protect their support structures. Experts tell NBC News these protection systems should be installed at every bridge. But America's infrastructure is getting more and more attention. In 2007, the collapse of the I-35 bridge in Minnesota killed 13 people. Unlike Baltimore, federal investigators said a design error led to its collapse. And just last year, major fires caused the partial collapse of Interstate 95 in Philadelphia. In 2023, The Federal Highway Administration found 42,000 bridges were in poor condition. Experts believe the tragedy, while incredibly unique, offers an opportunity. Thanks for tuning in to Trendy Talks. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful discussions on current events and trending topics.